Hello and welcome everyone to another Fashion Week grind, and we're here with 12 more 12k eggs, but we did a Dragonite raid and we're still chasing some shiny or hundo like from this one. This is not green, unfortunately, but 2147, depressingly, is about the best one we've had. We've also got some pretty good shiny luck that happened yesterday while the camera was not with me and on charge, of course, and a very insane catch that failed to screen record, shall we just say. Anyway, so we're going to drop the daily adventure incense for, what, 2-3 hours and see what we can get. Thanks so much, everybody, for the comments on the previous video. Let me know how the shiny luck has been now that the event has come to its conclusion. Let's have a look at the first shiny of the video, which was our second shiny Sneasel, which we were on an errand in the car. It's the female variant, so we picked up the second one, which is fantastic. That finally, after however many years, means that we've got both the male and the female variant of the shiny, and it's a quality shiny, and I just wish it could evolve, as I said. Quick pause from Daily Adventure Incense. Thank you, Marissa, for the Dragonite invite. About the only thing we're remote raiding at the moment, and oh, 2086. Could it be the 10-10-10? Potentially. I also must apologize for my potential voice and sniffliness. We're dealing with a cold at the moment. It's not too pleasant, it's not shiny, but 2084 is, yeah, gonna be horrendous. Winner raid task completed, and oh, it's a 69er, but it completes the task for a non-shiny Minccino. I mean, since we're running daily incense, I might as well reveal what the funky capture was, which was actually yesterday afternoon. In typical fashion, daily incense was on, bit of roar of time, you know, was in the car, went to go get something, and a Galarian Zapdos appeared, and it was weather boosted at 2653 CP. I was like, okay, it's not going to be 100%er. Check the infographic. Randomly threw the Golden Raz and the Ultra Ball, missed the Excellent by a long way, like not even close, like that Moltres the other day, and it somehow caught, which was insane. 2-star, 11, 15, 8, but the Galarian Zapdos did indeed catch. Very unexpected, and it was quickly followed by a Galarian Articuno that did the usual thing of disappearing instantly, but Sneasel, not a shiny on the daily incense. So yeah, we have a Galarian Zapdos encounter and capture. I'm so sorry the screen recording failed and errored. It was like the one time it catches. First gbird catch of this year. Daily incense pulled in our third shiny Sneasel, and it's a level 1. It's another male, so I think I might be handing that one over to Marta, who's never had the shiny either. Daily incense actually pulling something through. In time to see if it's good. I don't think it is. 26 CP, yeah, 0-star, unfortunately. You can see inside of 100 checks, we've had 3 shinies, so it's definitely a good old perma boosted one. But right now, deoxys, defense and attack are back in the raid. Enough walking has been accomplished. We've got our batch of 12-kilometer eggs, and a star piece, of course, with Roar of Time is down. So another 100k dust, making up the 2 hours of Roar of Time we put down. So let's see, is there going to be a Shroodle in here? Pawniard, we actually had one off Daily Incense today. So Salandit, it'd be nice to pick up another hundo of that. Salandit, I have a feeling that that's the common one these days. Or a Pancham. There's a lot more shiny potential in 12Ks these days, thankfully. But we're interested in the one that can't be shiny. Shroodle, please. No Pancham. If we don't get a single Shroodle out of 12-12s, that'll be annoying. And then the grind will stop. Come on, there's a Panda. Egg number, God knows what. Pawniard. And a Varoom. Come on, I think this might be the final egg. Pawniard. Seriously, 12Ks, no Shroodle at all this time round. So 803, dead. Oh, hundo Pawniard. Yes, that is one we've never had before. So that is a brand new hundo to the collection, 819 CP. We have plenty of XL because we've hatched a billion of these things. However, I think this is a very strong candidate to get a community day, possibly later this year, because it fits that format of Egglot Mon been available in the wild on the rare occasion with live events, and now kind of as a rare spawn off Daily Incense. I think this could get its Gen 9 evolution dropped King Gambit with its community day, which I think would be sick, so we're going to hang on to that one. But the good news is there's a Dragonite to do. There's the legendary flight lead-up timed research. We're going to get one of these every single weekend preceding the legendary Dynamax Mondays, so you get to encounter some potential Pokemon that might be useful to you, plus a bunch of max points and some Stardust, etc. I feel that there perhaps wasn't enough interest or hype around the legendary Dynamax release with Max Mondays and etc. with the Kanto birds, so I feel like they've dropped a few extra little bits and pieces in there just to try and make it a bit more appealing. What would have been really ideal is if they dropped a Dynamax Rock type ahead of this. Like we had with Dynamax Drillbur, that was added in an event before the Go Wild area, so everybody had some Dynamax Excadrill to take on Gigantamax Toxtricity. This time around, all those Kanto birds are weak to rock. There are other weaknesses for them, but they're individual. Collectively, they're all weak to rock, so it would have been nice to have a rock-type Dynamax Pokemon added in. Thank you to the 4 people who jumped in on this one. Marissa, reciprocating the invite from earlier, Jerry, and I forget the other person, Patreon member 2113. That would be a Hundo Terrakion if I'm not wrong. Green Dragonite, no. We talk about the Dynamax Legendaries on the next episode of the Incensed podcast, which will release this Sunday, or January the 19th, I forget when I'm going to put this video out. My personal interest in Dynamax has just collapsed, died off. I'm not remotely interested really in, apart from doing the odd free battle that you can do. Not interested in the Gigantamax, etc., but still chasing a Minccino. Check 2 is going to be non-shiny, and the final one of this batch is not pink. Do you know what? I'm going to demonstrate a attack Deoxys form solo for you all. You can see we're in a lobby now for attack form Deoxys on our own, and our party is our best dark types, and dark types are probably going to be the way to go for the meta. Mega Tyranitar and Shadow Tyranitar with Brutal Swing are the must-have. Hydreigon with Brutal Swing as well, but you can of course use Necrozmas in there and Darkrai's. But we've picked out our best DPS team that we can get, because unfortunately my Tyranitar Shadow has rock moves on it, but we're going to hit ready on it. Now, back in the day, even without level 50 Pokemon, this thing was a hysterically easy solo. When it was even in EX raids, anybody who remembers EX raids, throw a like on the video. I want to see how fast you can take this thing down now, because I've not properly battled one of these, I think, since 2022. See, this thing actually has Dark Pulse itself. The Deoxys Pokemon don't really get decent enough moves to be warranted as good Psychic-type Pokemon, particularly now we have the likes of Shadow Mewtwo. I suggest everybody give the solo attack form Deoxys raid a go. Post your time. How quickly did you do it? It'll be a little entertaining game for the online community. This again is another one of those Pokemon like Darkrai and Genesect that cannot be traded at all. The defense form is nowhere near this easy to take down. You do need a good number of people in order to beat that one. Oh, we're on to another 100% Hydreigon. Tell you what though, I would not be averse actually, on the note of Hydreigon, to a Dino Comday Classic. So with 137 seconds left on the clock, that's over 2 minutes, and 1410. Do not know the hundo of this thing, but the shiny is a nice one. It becomes a yellow shiny, and boom, not shiny unfortunately. Absolutely love it when a legendary or mythical plays easy, and it's the smallest one we've ever seen, and it's a dead 2-star, so that's about right. Just as we're looping to get some rocket radars, I can say an Absol has sparkled. It's really lovely to see this one back in the wild, and again, like the Sneasel, this is a permanent boosted one. Fantastic, and I think I'm going to Red Bull that. That's not the only Absol we've had in this second part of the event. Yesterday, just after the Galarian Zapdos was caught, and just before the Galarian Articuno ran, we got another one of them. So there you go, we've had 2 in the space of 2 days, which is lovely. This is a PvP Absol, can you believe it? 4096 on the encounters. If we look at Shinny, our last one was 16 checks ago. Okay, I am pleasantly surprised from today. I'm just doing the rocket leaders by buying those rocket radars to get the video content, you know? And I really wasn't expecting to get one of the new Shadow Shinies. Let's go. 289, that is the Alolan Grimer Shadow Shiny, and I think it looks rather spectacular. Somebody could probably let me know in the comments, but I don't know whether Alolan Muck is still usable in PvP. Somebody told me that Shadow Drapion is usable in PvP, which entirely fair enough. Good luck on the grind. I will not be chasing one, but it's a 1-star. But Shadow Shiny Alolan Grimer has been acquired today, and that is not something I was setting out to go and get, I've got to be honest. Quite the nice little page there. That's our 5th 12-kilometer egg. The reason I'm buying the rocket radars is because there are so many leaders here in one spot. There's still a lot more. I mean, a lot of them we've completed actually, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more we can go and get and basically fill up the normal egg storage. Well, I forgot to add more Roar of Time, so daily incense 2¼ hours is complete, and yeah, no G-Bird. No G-Bird today, unfortunately. I'm glad we got the ones yesterday, but of course we got that shiny Sneasel on it, which is great. But I would like to show the shiny we got actually this morning. First thing was a shiny Stunky, which I don't think we've had one since, like, was it May, randomly last year. which is wonderful. I love that shiny, and I still haven't evolved it, so maybe we'll do it.
The next day,
it is a new day, and we're going to look to wrap up this video with a lot of fire. That's an understatement, really. So we ended yesterday with some daily adventure incense goodness, and we're going to begin this day with a Galarian Zapdos. Went for an evening walk. We found out this wasn't 100%, obviously it wasn't shiny, 2582, and we were going to throw, hopefully, a decent throw on this one. I think we ended up going for the Great. We did end up going for the Great one, I can confirm that, but it was an instant breakout and a flea. Nothing unusual there. However, not long after that, we were followed up with a shiny Stunky off of Daily Incense, which makes it the second one inside of like 2 days, and also the second day in a row shiny off of Daily Adventure Incense, which was really, really nice to see. Now, for me currently, it's Shadow Ho-Oh Raid Day, which means the Shadow Raids could be remoted, and I have to say a thanks to the one and only JT Valor for our very first Shadow Shiny Registeel, our second remotable Registeel Shadow, and this one finally Sparkle, which was really good. Don't have to bother chasing that again. Thanks, dude. All the way from Florida. Appreciate it. We did pick up an extra shiny Sneasel or two. We didn't bother screen recording the remaining ones because, you know, after a while, Sneasel gets a little bit tedious of looking at it. So we actually ended up picking this one and about another 3 over the course of Friday and Saturday. But finally, we're going to wrap up with the timed research for the Legendary Flight lead-up. And we accidentally claimed our Charmander, so the Charmander, there's a Dynamax. I think this is great, they give you some Dynamax Pokemon leading up to the Legendary on the Monday. So this will be a reoccurring thing the following 2 weekends, which is good. As can be confirmed here, Dead 3-star, which is lovely. But you do get some candy for the Scorbunny, the Beldum, and the Charmander, which is great. The Scorbunny can't be shiny and very much isn't a 100%er, not unlike my other halves. Your Hundo Scorbunny Dynamax. How was your research? Because obviously, free research for everybody, constant rubbish on our side. So this would be the Beldum that comes in, and it was very much a 408. We know that that is rubbish, unfortunately. And finally, after completing a little run, we got our second batch of 12km eggs, and the first hatch was a Shroodle, which was great, having had none in the previous batch. Then it was a Vullaby. Next up was a Pancham, and that does seem to be very common in these 12km eggs. Fourth egg was another one, back to back, lovely. Fifth egg gave us a Pawniard, and there's some good news on Pawniard from this batch, actually. And it was another Vullaby. Next up was another Pawniard. Coming up, another Shroodle, so 2 Shroodle from this batch. Lovely stuff. A Sandile, still not shiny for us, not unlike the level 50 shiny one that Andrew traded us all the way in New York. Another Pawniard, and I've lost track of how many eggs we're through. Another Varoom, fantastic. So that was our batch there. And honestly, this batch was pretty fire. No shinies, but there were some good stats coming up. So that Shroodle was terrible, but coming up is a Hundo Pawniard. So back-to-back Hundo Pawniards from 12km egg hatches and a 98% Shroodle, which is insane. So that is what we're going to evolve now at the end of this video. We also got a Goku Bad Varoom 98%er, so that's our best Varoom by a long way. Not really worthy of evolving. I did have a lucky one, but I think I threw it away by mistake. Usually I would wait for a lucky or a Hundo, but given that it's a 12km egg hatch, it's going to be tricky to find somebody who's got plentiful Shroodle at this point to actually get one evolved. Have you been lucky in hatching one of these, and was it a decent one? Because we've got 81 candy now and 98%. Let's evolve this up to our Pokedex Grafaiai. And honestly, I really love the evolution of this Pokemon with a bit of low power on there. Fantastic. Got a really laggy evolution on my end. It may not be on screen record. But brand new Pokedex for the second video in a row. And this thing, absolutely awesome design. From Generation 9 into the Pokedex we go. Ticks it off. Poison normal type, I have no idea if there's any play in Pokemon Go whatsoever. Maybe it's a PvP mon, but that is so cool as a design. Yeah, so this is actually going to finally wrap up the Fashion Week and everything that went along with it. Let me know what you thought of this event in the comments below. Personally, part 2 was light years better than part 1. So much more potential in the wild, more shiny boosts, and so much more scope through the game with the Team Rocket add-ins and the Shadow raids and everything that went along with it, including the varied IVs of the Shadow 1 and 3 stars and the boost on the tier 5s. Wrapping up, I hope you had a fantastic event. At this point, we would have had the Dynamax Legendary Monday and all that jazz, and I hope you enjoyed the streams for this week. So, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button down below. And of course, thank you very much to every single person over on the Patreon credits there who support this channel and take it to the next level. Without every single person there, we wouldn't be able to do 12-kilometer egg grinds, the chase for Shadow Shinies and God knows what, the legendary chases, and of course the live event travel, things like Milan City Safari, Unova Tour. At this point, hopefully it's still going ahead, and so much more besides. So really appreciate every single one of you. And there's plenty more content here on the channel from the last couple of days and the last couple of years. Go and check out one of the 2 videos there on the screen if you take a fancy to what you see here. And I hope you do. Hope you stick around, because there's going to be some good stuff. We've got the Community Day Classic coming up, which we're going to be playing in Bristol, because we've got a Wilkinson drum and bass gig the night after. Priorities, but it'll be good to go back to my hometown. So I hope to see you for that one. Very best of luck, and I will see you all in the next one. Do take care.